Original versus definitive, which version is better when completing First Date and Tanker Commander? In these missions you meet the lovely and peaceful individual called Catalina. She luckily does not stab you, but instead takes you out of the bar. She lets you pick the next mission because she is such a nice lady. We pick Tanker Commander and talk to a few people behind bulletproof glass. They tell you to bug off, but instead you steal a tanker. You drive to Mr. Whitaker. The people pursuing you destroy your car in a gas station. And finally you talk to Mr. Whitaker and say goodbye to the wonderful lady you just met. We'll compare tasks, execution, speedrun tactics and gameplay. Both games are vanilla, played on PC. My name is BadInfo, so leave a like and subscribe for more comparison videos. Now let's see how First Date and Tanker Commander compares between both versions. We start off at the bar, and first thing which stood out to me was that booty. Carolina never looked so good. Her face in both versions is weird, but man, the booty is on point, and way better in the definitive. The other thing which stood out for me is the Confederate flag from the original. That's a big no-no nowadays, so its removal for the definitive edition is justified, and now there's just an empty wall. The bar looks pretty much the same though, apart from the two flags, so nothing else to mention about it. Let's move on to the next mission. Here again we have a cutscene where Carolina points a gun at some bulletproof glass. The texture on the glass is great. The edges specifically, you can see inside. Take a good look at everything, like the cash register, the items on the shelves, how the people look, the flags, one of which is the no-no flag. Pretty nice. So how does the definitive edition look? Like this. It looks like nothing because you can barely see what's inside. Gone are the edges on the glass, gone are the flags, at least I think so. Can you guys even see up there? Seriously, what the hell is this? Why are reflections not turned off for certain places? Like for instance the green saber where you couldn't even see Caesar and CJ talking, and now this. We need to see what's going on, and while the story is textured greatly, from what I can see at least, I can't excuse this lazy work on reflections. And now we move on to the tanker. This was once a very fun activity. You can feel the weight of the big cargo. You were worried that it could detach. You could cosplay as a truck driver, cruising around in the countryside. Yeah, I used to do that back in the day just for fun. I spent so many hours doing just this. I made laps around the whole map of San Andreas. Nowadays you'll never see me do one of these things again, unless it's necessary. Why? Because of the camera. By default, even in the original, the camera is very close to the tanker and you can barely see what's in front of you, especially if there's a hill coming up. So what do? You move your mouse so you can see. In the definitive, try moving your mouse and see how it works. It takes 5 times more flicks of the mouse to make it look up than it does for looking left and right. Once you finally move it up, it will almost immediately go back down like a magnet, making you not see anything. It's now a constant battle trying to keep it in position, and it will constantly move around. Your only real option is to move left and right. Oh, and don't even think about looking back. The cargo will detach immediately because you'll be blinded. The rest of the mission is the same. Mr. Whitaker can have different outfits now, and the explosion is better in the definitive. That's it. Not much to say about the speedrun, just take shortcuts and you're done. Yeah, I really don't like the mission in the definitive. I could excuse the glass, since it's just some visual change, but the camera controls, man, in the truck are terrible. Even for the small drive I did. Could you imagine doing all the 8 trucking missions? That would be torture, dude. For this mission, the original wins. Agree or disagree, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and a very special thank you to my top channel members and patrons: Monish Pradeep, Alex Chavez, Max Robinson, Max Rich, LMP Racing, House the Chowder, Case Knight, Smokio, and everybody else on the screen. Become a supporter today.